Now we're going to turn on to something, moving on to something that he briefly discussed. It's kind of a phenomenon in what, I mean, I don't know another word for the phenomenon, Sarah Palin. We saw this week that she's released on her Facebook page basically a campaign ad that could be kicking off a presidential campaign. So is she? I mean, going to run for president? What do you think? We're going to talk about all this stuff. But first, we've got a piece by our own Bill Plant that we're going to take a look at that sets some of this stuff up. Let's take a look at that.
Palin's new video is a slick production, the kind of thing you'd expect to see in a campaign ad. And this, of course, leaves a lot of pundits wondering if she's getting ready for a presidential run in 2012.
All across this country, women are standing up and speaking out for common sense solutions.
It's Sarah Palin's first campaign-style video. It marks a change in tactics for the former Alaska governor. Until now, she's used new media tools like Facebook and Twitter to spread her message.
This is brand testing for Sarah Palin, not so much for 2010, but for 2012. She's trying to figure out, okay, I'm Sarah Palin, how do I sell myself to a broader range of voters than just the people who are my fans?
Here in Alaska, I always think of the mama grizzly bears that rise up on their hind legs when somebody's coming to...
The ad, called Mama Grizzlies, is up on the internet. It serves not only to solidify Palin's own conservative credentials, but also as a rallying cry for Republican women to get more involved in the political process and to get to the polls in November. The 2-minute spot also seeks to soften Palin's image, which she may need to do if she's to become a viable presidential candidate. The latest Pew poll finds that while 40% of respondents have a favorable view of Palin, 51% don't.
Sarah Palin, in the long run, will be more appealing to more voters only if she overcomes the major obstacle that even a lot of Republicans have to her, which is that she lacks credibility as a presidential candidate.
So, how to extend the Palin appeal beyond the Republican base? Well, look for some key trips to states like Iowa and New Hampshire, early primary and caucus states. Bill Plant, CBS News, the White House.
All right, first of all, Jeff, let me just get your thoughts on this. I mean, I absolutely have to say I do find part of that ad really appealing and interesting, where she talks about mamas know what's right, and obviously we know that Washington is getting everything wrong. I mean, that's her message, and she's really going after women voters, talking about the pink elephant stampede that's going to take over Washington come the fall. Can she be effective, A, in endorsing candidates, and B, maybe as a presidential candidate herself?
She's definitely proved that she can be effective endorsing candidates. Look at South Carolina. Nikki Haley was in 4th place in a 4-way race for the Republican gubernatorial nomination. She won. Just yesterday, Sarah Palin endorsed the underdog candidate in the Georgia Republican primary for governor. We'll see how that primary comes out next week. So she has shown that she can be effective in her endorsements. What we don't know is there a ceiling to this love for Palin? Is there sort of a top to all this support? Her books sold a ton, which is an indication of widespread appeal. But one thing I thought was interesting about that video piece was it was all about Sarah Palin. Was it designed to sort of enhance and further her celebrity, or was it designed to help elect some of these Republicans? Not one other Republican was mentioned or even referenced or shown in the video. So we're still not sure if she's on a vanity campaign or if she is on the early stages of a 2012 campaign. One indication, though, she was very cautious about who she endorsed in the Iowa Republican governor's race. She endorsed Terry Branstad. Establishment, a moderate. He served 4 terms. It created a buzz on Facebook because she didn't support the conservative candidate. She'll have to be careful going forward here because her caution could get her.
But she also went and loyally campaigned for John McCain, who's got a challenge with someone that you may think would be more in line with her politics, J.D. Hayworth. So she's been pretty careful. She hasn't been completely right party, Tea Party. I mean, she's tapped a lot of these, kind of moderate to establishment candidates.
And in South Carolina, she's been cautious as well. So I think that definitely shows that she is thinking about her future. She doesn't know exactly yet what she's going to do. The advisors close to her that I speak to, some of whom are on her payroll, from a group called Sarah PAC. Her PAC is basically her main organization now. They say she's keeping her options open. She would have the ability to get into a campaign at the very last minute. Some of the other Republicans will start running the minute the midterms are over on November 3rd. She has the luxury.
We already know all
of,
those. That's the thing. I mean, it feels like, Palin and Romney. I mean, we've been there, done that.
We know them, but some of the conservative activists, I think, will start becoming very interested in this race. They are going to be so interested in who can defeat Obama. And, the most popular candidate may not win. So we'll find out if there's a ceiling to her potential or her power.
But can any candidate defeat Obama?
No question about it. I think they can. He is his fortunes, his advisors believe, will rise and fall on the economy. If the economy is not appreciably better in 2012, no question he has a tough re-election on his hands.
Okay.